thanks to everybody for coming and for supporting us and joining us and being part of all of this amazing translation, philosophical teaching and sharing of wisdom, as well as world news for all of these months that we've been at it. And just grateful every time to get to be here with you guys. And also super grateful for all of our interpreters putting this in foreign languages and all of our production assistants that we get from Worldview, Marina, Francisco, Gina, Alejaso, probably forgetting somebody or many people. Anyway, thank you all. And today, who's up first? Said sage your word. I forgot.
Who's on first?
That's what I thought. All right. First, a girl named Sue or
Born in Sue.
Sue. Sue's on. All right, Word, you're up. Good to see you. Thank you.
I am. Thank you. Thank you, Nick. Thank you so much, everybody. So we just finished a retreat in Mexico, and we're down here. We're having a little Dharma party. It's exciting. It's a big party. Look.
Wow.
We saw Juan's hairline and hi everybody. Hey, whoa, so many people.
Yeah.
There's at least like 3 mixed nuts or something over. Oh my gosh, there's so
Yeah, Gibson's here. Tim's on his way. Passo's here. The retreat was awesome, and unfortunately, Lama had to go, so we're doing a team class, which is proving pretty fun actually. So I'm excited.
Surprisingly, right?
What do you mean?
Hey. Yeah.
Right, so I have homework prepared, but I'm saving it till next time because what happens is Geshe doesn't get to see it, and then then we got to do it again. So let's use our precious time together to attempt to translate this very hard text. And it's just fun, okay? We're just doing it for fun. We're having fun together. It's basically impossible, okay? There's like 2 people on earth who can read it, and one of them's Geshe, and the other one's his teacher, okay? And so we're not worried about getting it right. It's just an exercise in seed planting, all right? So here we go. All right, so I'll review our last paragraph just to kind of catch us up. For those of you who have never been to this class, I'm Dr. Wordsmith, and we're doing a class with our incomparable teacher, Geshe Michael Roach, in the Mind Only School. And the Mind Only Schools is a difficult school in Buddhism. It attempts to make very subtle distinctions about emptiness. And this book by Jason Kappa attempts to go over the very difficult points on those subtle distinctions. And it's hard, okay? There's like, I don't know how many pages, probably like 5,000 pages or something in the Tangier on Mind Only School. I don't know the exact amount, but it's like 61 books. And this takes out the hardest parts of Mind Only from those books, as well as what Lord Buddha had to say about it in the Kangir, the books he spoke. And so it's hard. And that's okay. We like hard stuff here. So here we go. Let's just review this last statement and my rough translation of it from our last class. Someone else can read. Who wants to read? Someone else here? Who wants to read? No one? They're all like,
Good luck.
Wow. Tin, are you translating? Planting seeds. Marina said, definitely me. Dodo wants to read.
Okay.
He's the biggest one.
Yeah. Go ahead.
2番
이대 삭제 삭매 제발라 nenjo jube lobun niki lu other yeah lukle ludang boni nyamshaki che ite te sak me inte nyumon pa tang sak me ki shepa gyu chik la du chik du chuk pa mi si la 以根切把养民警，吉他索西的切沙本张起我破我那边
More.
我那边切了
Cool. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
According to this school, the mind only school, there's part of your mind that creates all your negativities. And the way it creates your negativities is by tricking the rest of your mind into thinking there's a me that exists that does not. And so because a lot of Buddhism is about when do we stop our negativities, it's a crucial point, right? To realize when and how do we interact with that part of our mind, the negative part in this school, to stop when we have our negative emotions. So that's what's being discussed. We've been in this section for a little bit, and here we go. Doro, maybe you can help. Nipa, it's down here actually.
Second,
Yeah, second. Yes, Yi, what's this?
mind.
No, it's a trick.
Huh?
Second point on the
Nuni.
negative consciousness. Yeah, Nuni, negative part of our mind. Yeah.
Okay.
Te.
That negative state of mind, yeah.
Yeah. And is it Zakche or is it Sakme?
Leaky or not leaky.
Yeah, the stain we usually say, right? But Sak does literally mean to the leak. Let's chepa that point.
Outer method.
Let's examine that method in terms of the Nelnjor Chope Lopaniki look.
Nikilo, this yoga, the activity of yoga's master.
Yeah.
The tradition or the system taught by the activity group of the master taught by the master of the activity group of yoga.
Yeah. So another name for the mind only school is called Yogacharya. I put it here literally. We say deep practitioner as a translation, usually these days. And it doesn't say who these masters are, but who is it probably these two masters of the Yogacharya? Anyway.
Don't know.
Yeah. Daniel says Asanga, he's right. Who else? Yeah, Oscar says Master Vasubandhu. And that's true. It's almost definitely them, and they're brothers, and they are the main guys for the mind only school. Okay. And in the Luk Tangpo,
the first system.
Yeah, the first of the two systems. When you're in Nyamshak.
When you're in Nyamshak, I mean, this means direct perception of emptiness meditation.
Probably, yeah. It probably, yeah. It probably means the meditation at that moment. At that day, yeah. Your Yi.
Also means problematic state of mind.
Yeah, negative consciousness. What's up with the negative part of your mind when you're in the meditation? Okay, so the root text says Nyamshak, and it means the meditation, meaning an Arya having direct perception of emptiness. What is it like then? What is that thing like then? And it's Te Sak Me Yin.
That is that's not contaminated or not impure.
It's not stained, meaning there's no negativity. There can't be a negativity during that state of mind, okay?
Mhm.
So therefore, the negative consciousness, that negative part of your mind, must not have any kind of stain during that period of time. All right, that's the reasoning. All right. So therefore, the nyongmong pa,
Mental afflictions.
yeah, it's kind of tricky. What's this pa here?
Mental afflicted state of mind.
Kind of. What you say, Gibson? It could be. It could be also just things involved in negativities. All
Uh-huh.
right. So anything. It doesn't have. This doesn't have to be a thinking being. This could be a table or a computer.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So anything involved in negative emotions is sakme.
This down means it's a connect means is, right? Okay. Is
Yeah, it has to be. This tongue is is or with. It has to be unstained. You have to
stained.
have a shape of that.
You have to know that this here means knowledge.
Awareness, knowledge.
Yeah.
Any awareness would be unstained during that time period. In a gyuchik,
So when you take this one, the same mental stream.
in any particular
Any.
mind.
Okay.
And yeah, it has to be in a specific mind at any gyuchik.
At the same time.
Yeah, yeah, at any given moment. All right.
At
So
any
this,
given
this,
moment.
this is Jason Kappa covering any technicalities in the argument. Any given mind at any given moment, right, has to be an awareness of something that is unstained according to this, right? Because juking at that time,
Jukpa engage
the ability to engage is misi.
is not there.
It's impossible.
Yeah,
Impossible.
thank you.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's impossible. All right. Okay, and so when the yi,
You know, the mind.
now you got tricked again.
Okay. This is again the what? Sorry, the
Negative consciousness.
negative consciousness. Yeah, negative consciousness.
When it gyun ches,
When the flow is cut
yeah, yang,
and
maybe. Hasso says but. What else can it mean though?
and
Yeah,
also, but
yeah, we don't, and you never know. So sometimes you have to go to the end before you figure out what the yangs are. Yang, kyang, ang. All those three can mean also or but. But I think it's also here. What did I write? I wrote also, okay. Also is min.
also is absent.
Yeah. Yeah, also is not.
Mhm.
So and ching means
Yeah. And
the um
uh,
jikta sokshi.
Diktasoshi, the mind of destruction, the mind of not
The
mind,
view of
the
destruction.
view of destruction, and the other four.
No, the other three that add up to four.
So
Yeah,
the four of the destructive view and so on.
yeah, exactly. Good. And those we've discussed fairly in depth. We had a commentary by Master Stiramati, talking about Master Vasubandhu, who Jason Kappa used in our book to prove a point. Okay, and he was talking about negative consciousness, which is that negative part of our mind that brings all the negativities in our world. And he was saying, well, it always hangs out with certain mental functions. And four of them are negative emotions. And one of them is jikta, which is most famously from where?
From the 12 links of dependent origination.
Yeah, which one?
Right.
The first one, but it's
Yeah.
the main part of the first one because the first
Yeah.
one is
No,
Maripa.
this is the first one.
This is the
Maripa,
first one.
yeah, Maripa means jikta. It means
Uh,
the main misunderstanding that causes samsara is this. And it means you think your body and mind exist in a way that it doesn't. Okay? You think it's not, and there's two explanations. Either you have to destroy that view, or it's going to or it's going
destroys
to destroy
itself.
you. Yeah, yeah. And the other three are like a form of desire, a form of delusion in the mind, and a form of pride. Okay? And that pride is specific. It thinks me, right? It thinks there's a me that's not there. All right. So they say,
At that time,
yeah, the Sabins.
the seeds
Tom.
only,
Yeah, they're more,
or
no.
their self, their nature,
Yeah, their essence. Okay. Nepa.
never stay.
Yeah, exists probably, right?
Probably.
You could probably, yeah. Chiro.
Because
Yeah, because those four exist in some kind of form as a seed. So that's the idea. So we'll read what I wrote. It's still rough. This is student translation. Okay. Second, utilizing the system of the two Yogacharya masters on examining whether or not that mind is stained, it says the first system is that at the time of the meditation, that mind is indeed unstained. Negativities and an unstained awareness in a single mind stream in a single instance is impossible. Yet the flow of the mind is also not cut off. And because the existence of the essence of nothing but seeds, that's our Tam, from the four negative emotions, starting with the view of destruction, I guess just one, exist at that time. All right?
Wow, I gotta say something.
Please.
First of all, Dodo's not allowed to go anymore because I was too good, and you're gonna make us all look stupid. So that's
Good.
enough.
You're cut off.
Yeah, you're done. No, I'm just kidding. That was awesome. I would just say to me, like when I know this is just rough, so maybe this is like maybe too nitpicky for where you're at with it, but I don't know, so I'm just gonna mention it. But when you say like the essence of nothing but seeds, that sounds kind of confusing. Like maybe
Yeah.
you have to be like the nothing but the essence of the seeds, or like
Essence of just the seeds.
I don't know, what if you put just before the essence? Like
Yeah,
somehow,
just the seeds essence.
yeah, just something like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's good.
Yeah.
The essence of these seeds.
Yeah, just the essence of the seeds.
There's
Is-
like
yeah, something. And then something that I noticed that probably you were going to clean up on another pass is Geshe Michael will execute you if he sees it through Zoom somehow. That you, when you write Yogacharya,
Yeah,
you're mixing pronunciation and transcription.
I know. That's why I just put in here representative. Really, I'm going to put the practitioners.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, right. Of course. It's not even English. Duh.
Yeah, that's what I was saying at the beginning, but thank you, Nick.
Right, of course. I just like I didn't want you to get Zoom smacked.
Nah. No, that's good. Okay.
I think it's
I don't really understand it. I don't understand why
What do
this
you-
is a
What do you mean and because? I'm confused by your and because word.
well, I didn't know. Well, here's the and here's the because. So is the because starting
I mean,
at here, like after the la, or is it starting here after the ching? It's you don't know in Tibetan. It could distribute to both, or it could just be one.
yeah, the because could even come sooner, potentially.
Yeah.
Is what I was
So-
thinking when you were reading it.
So they're
In the
chinging the
direct-
shay, so I put it here.
yes.
Mm.
In the direct perception, you have the seeds in the mind for the four negative emotions, including the view of destruction. And that's what proves that the mind must be continues, even if those seeds aren't active in that moment. There must be a place for them to be, and this is what proves that the mind can't simply be cut off. Is that what we're saying?
This is Nuni. It says mine, but yeah.
Which is uncomfortable because it it's sort of, he's not parking seeds in the Nyunyi, which is nice because you can only park seeds in the kunchi in the refrigerator.
Yeah.
But is he parking the essence of seeds in the problematic awareness?
I don't know. He just says they exist. He doesn't say they're in there. He just says,
Well, Nay is pretty close, and it seems like he is making an argument that this is why it can't go away. He's got to use the Nay. I think he's using the Nay to say it can't be cut. It can't be interrupted during the direct perception because there's stuff in there, Nay there, I guess. Is
yeah,
that reasonable? It's not soup. I mean,
it's possible.
we don't store stuff typically in our problematic awareness, do we? You're the mind only guy.
No, well, we don't store it necessarily, but the whole point of the last section was what goes along, what's the retinue, what's the group. So he's emphasizing or reminding us, okay, well, there's a group that hangs out with the Nuni. Okay. So at that time, there still does exist those seeds, if it's only that. So I don't know if
So you could say stays with instead of stays in and kind of fudge the difference.
You could, or you could just say stays, meaning they exist. I don't know. Because seeds is different than a negative emotion, right? So I don't know, but how do negative emotions hang out in the Nuni anyway?
Well, this is what we're going to try. They don't. The essence of the seeds stay with it. Did I just freeze you by the power of my brilliant philosophy?
Oh, nice going, Ben. You did it again.
Yes. Sorry.
The Yogacharya school comes up.
That's what happens. Uh-oh, there's been an interruption in his problematic consciousness.
Maybe they're all in the direct perception of emptiness.
There's nowhere on the screen for the essence of his seeds to stay.
Well, let's keep talking about, so where in your assessment here, oh no, we lost the text. Which is understandable.
I have it nearby.
Where in your assessment does that cheer actually most likely go?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's just the "and" because that had me a little confused.
No, I think
now we would have to see the English.
Yeah. Oh, here, Honorable Upala has graciously posted the
oh boy,
West Chinese. Oh, great.
Amazing. Look at that.
Yeah. Right. Nobody chat anything for a moment, please.
It's fine. We can find it again. It's okay.
It's true.
Negativities and an unstained awareness in a single mind stream.
Are you back?
Oh, did you come back? We missed you.
Our internet.
I
don't believe it. Somebody's
It dropped. I'm sure you did. I'm sure you missed the text.
Yeah, your internet seems to be acting as the basis for negative views.
I don't know how so.
And that's why, guys, nobody your mind only.
Okay.
Can you see my screen?
Yes. It's all good.
Okay, sorry, I missed part of the discussion. Kramer was saying something relevant.
No,
Nice
So
neutral.
it is impossible for the for the mind to engage. That's fine at that time, at the same time, in the same place with negativity and purity, we'll say, and then that awareness can't just be interrupted. Yeah, I don't like the and. I don't know word. I'm
Yeah,
sorry. I don't know where the and goes, but I don't think you can put it where you put it for English sake. But I
yeah.
agree, you got yourself a situation.
The if
Yeah.
I think the first thing to analyze there is the because in the right place. I think it is, but it's like
Mhm, I
is
do too.
the flow of the mind not cut off because the existence of the essence of seeds. Uh, but that sentence needs a little work to make it make sense.
I wonder if the because doesn't go after the te.
Uh-huh. I'm looking for a te.
Deitsak me.
Detak me yin te. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that would be
That
helpful.
seems to make more sense actually.
Let's see what Robot Word thinks.
Yeah, I'm like 99% sure you're right. Also, who'd follow
This
robot.
is which Tay?
So this
Oh, Yeet.
is
Yeet.
totally makes sense. Desak me yin te.
Yeah.
So because it's like the reason why it's unstained because they're impossible they couldn't come together. That's one reason.
In my
And uh the flow of the mind is not cut off. Yeah, I think the Qing is basically splitting up two parts of the reason.
And that yang may be even.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. You can chip it's not even cut.
Right.
The flow is yeah. Yeah, cool. It's unfortunate that word isn't here too. I mean, he's here, but only in a very momentary way.
Oh,
Laburwa.
he's gone again. Well,
Ah. Mhm.
What do we think? What are we trying to figure out? We're on such a high abstract level here of discussion. Yes, you're making a finger gesture, Nick.
Yeah, no, I mean, yes, I was. And I think that we're looking for how did we have a reason? The reason seems to have multiple parts. And the reason we're giving a reason why uh the unstained part of the mind is there, right? Or why it can't be unstained.
There are two schools of thought, and they're both teachers that obviously we highly respect as to whether or not the problematic state of mind is stained. And stained means with negativity, right? Stained means stained by negative emotions, which in this case, I believe includes misunderstanding. So, according to the mind only school, is this part of the mind always present at all times? And
Right.
it seems like one is saying that negativity is always there, and the other is saying that maybe it doesn't have to be.
Hmm.
Though we can say in the direct perception of emptiness, there's something left over in us, such that even when we come out of that state, this negativity
Remains.
reasserts itself.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Or has been
it
there
was
the whole
hanging out.
time.
Yeah, right.
And
It was there the whole time.
in this particular paragraph, it looks like it's making an argument for that, and that the Nyun Yi is indeed unstained. And it's saying, for one, it has to be unstained because something negative can't be there basically when you're in the direct perception. Or just he's just basically saying negative things and unstained things can't be in the same mind stream at the same time. That's impossible. And it's not like the mind stream just cuts off, or it's not like the negative consciousness just cuts off. And
Yeah.
Jikta Sokshi Detse Sabun Sam. No, this part's a little more confusing.
So
I think he's-
are we sure that this
Yes,
yi means Nyun Yi and not just yi?
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
pretty
that's-
sure that's right. Yeah.
Probably.
So the mental affliction consciousness is, or the negative consciousness is unstained.
That's what this particular paragraph is asserting. Yes.
No, I think and the unstained awareness in a single mind stream at a single time is impossible. It's impossible to have these two things going on simultaneously because they're counter agents for each other.
I'm looking at the first sentence.
The
Yeah.
first,
Hmm.
The first system is that at the time of the meditation, that mind is indeed unstained.
yeah, and therefore, how could any kind of mental affliction or negative emotion exist with an unstained awareness? Because those things are in contradiction. That's why it's impossible.
So Nyun Yi goes in and out of a state of being stained and unstained.
No.
I think
That's-
it's saying that Nyun Yi is unstained, isn't it? Isn't this?
no. It's saying at the time of the meditation, there's no stains. So therefore, things involved in mental afflictions and something unstained could never exist simultaneously.
Mhm.
It's impossible. That's what it's saying.
But then he
Yes.
says, but it's not like the Nyun Yi is just cut off.
Yeah, which seems contradictory, right?
And also it says, I mean, I really think, I mean, obviously there's more context to be seen here, but taking it by itself, this paragraph seems to be saying that it's trying to make a case for the Nyun Yi being Sak Me. Because isn't that what it means when it says Te Sak Me Yin Te? It is.
No, it's not saying that. It's saying that the
Oh,
direct
the
perception
Pak Me
empty,
Namshak. Yeah.
yes, is Sakme.
Yeah.
And therefore, how could something that wasn't Sakme exist at the same time as something that was?
Yeah. But it's still, I'm still, because then he says Yi Gun Chepa Yang Min. So
Right.
it's
Well, that's
not like it's
yeah.
just cut off.
And that's why he says yet. He says yet. It's not like it just goes away. And those seeds, the essence of those seeds are still there. So it's not conclusive. We should go to the next paragraph because he doesn't conclude. He
Okay.
just
So Word,
Or
I
he
would
doesn't.
take out in your first sentence at the
Mhm.
end where you say that mind is indeed unstained. It that day, I heard you just say that relates
yeah,
to
you're right.
time
Yeah.
of meditation and not
Mhm.
me. So I
Not
would
mental.
take out mind,
Yeah, it could get confusing.
that mind, and just say is indeed unstained, and maybe the rest will become clear as we move forward.
Yeah, I don't know. He literally says that mind, but I hear what you're saying.
He does.
Yeah, but
Yeah, it is that.
Yite. Yeah. Detse Yite. Yeah. So in
Yeah,
that
it is.
Yi, that Yi is to just consciousness, I guess.
Probably
That's
that-
confusing.
I know that mind at the time of the meditation is. How's this, Venerable? Is this better?
Is
It's correct, I believe.
Yeah, I don't agree with it at all, but yeah, that's
Oh, it's day.
Legal.
Say
It's looking better.
ye.
Say-
Yeah.
Say
Say
ye
ye
te.
te.
That's confusing.
Yeah, I don't see around that being that mind at the time of the meditation. I don't see any way around that being that.
Well, the other possibility is that it's saying the Nyun Yi at the time of the meditation, which would be
Yeah.
weird.
Oh,
That's
which I think is what we're taking Yite to mean, right?
well, in that case, he is indeed asserting. Well, that's not what word's taking it to me because if that's, I mean, maybe we'll find out. But if that's the case, then he's asserting that the Nyun Yi can be unstained, which is, I mean, this book has done weirder things.
Well, that's okay. I mean, why? I don't think that's that weird.
To say it might not be.
To say that mind during the direct perception of emptiness is unstained.
Yeah.
I mean that's
Make
one
a
of the two positions. That seems super reasonable.
Could be.
Okay,
Yeah.
I think we should go on.
If he elaborates on it, it's great. My fear was that he was done with this, but
No, I think it goes on. He's not done the first position.
Good.
It's Taeyang.
oh, good. We need more help. That's wonderful. Or more confusion.
Okay, who would like to read? Come on. We're getting help in the room here. Oscar, por favor.
Yeah.
All right.
Bringing out the
Here we
big
go.
guns.
Taeyang. Dagme pa unsung du tongwe. Yishen nyam shagi. Sesak medung yurwa kung shila. Rangi sagme ki sabun. Nepaleng yuru pashindu. Teitseyi kyang sagme ki sabun chuni ki. Nepala kung shitang hlengchik tu sagmen dunjugo.
Stay. Okay, cool. Let's see. Taeyang.
Moreover,
Yeah. Moreover, Takmepa,
the selfless people.
the lack of a self nature or something.
Okay.
We don't know yet. I don't know yet. It's talking about. It seems it's talking about the direct perception of this again. Yeah, if you nyunsum that lack of a self nature,
If you directly
tongwa it,
see that
Yeah.
lack of self,
yeah, and your yi, we don't know what yi. Pick one.
good or bad,
Yeah, the
I
a mind, it could be negative consciousness.
I think Yishe is probably short for Yuki Nampar Shepa.
Yeah.
I think you're right. Yeah, and then therefore I would take that as some kind of corroboration for this yi being the same. But we can discuss. So
That'd be
then
cool.
the mental consciousness, when it's in Nyam Shaki Te,
during the deep meditation or seeing emptiness
yeah, good. Yeah, the meditation, good. Is Sakme.
is Bimala.
Exactly. It's our friend Bimala. Sakme Tungyurwa.
It exists like that. Or?
It is like it is
right.
happening in that manner. Okay, this means during that time, that's the way it is.
Mhm.
Okay. And so the Ushi,
Foundation consciousness.
yeah, exactly. The refrigerator, okay. This law probably means in, all right. The Rangi Zakme,
The self, the lack of a self, of the self, which is Bimala.
I think it's
Oh.
its own,
Yeah.
its own sabins for being Vimala.
Yeah, their own seeds.
Yeah, the seeds of being unstained that someone has are in the foundation consciousness, right? They nepa there.
They exist there.
Yeah. And lay, I guess lay cure. Good question.
From there,
Yeah.
On account of that.
And
like
something, and that is the way in which Go ahead, Nick. Sorry, say again.
No. Go ahead.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
the way in which it seems they are, or something like that.
Ah.
Shin means something that seems or is. I don't know about this lei. Anyone want to chime in on this lei?
Nepal Kirpa Shinda. Uh,
I mean, it usually means from, but it doesn't have to mean from. Mm,
it sounds like
and
it's
Kirpa,
just saying it's just like that, like the whole thing, like Kirpa Shindu. It's like
yeah, it's
and that being the case,
that's the way it is, right?
well, and maybe
Yeah.
what it's leading to, like, yeah, that's how it is. Yeah. Dates.
Yeah, and this shade is a little funny here for me, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess Shindu is a phrase though. Deitse,
During that time,
yeah, the yi,
the Geshe,
I don't know. This might be Nuni actually.
yeah,
I'm glad he put Shay here. I wish he did that every time, but he doesn't. Yeah, it's very difficult. But this I believe is Nuni.
okay.
The Nuni at that time, Kyang
Also,
probably, is Sakme Ki Saben.
it has, it is of stainless sabons, seeds,
Exactly good, which are Chuni,
which are only,
the nature of reality.
Mm.
It could mean just like that, but I think it means the nature of reality.
Yeah.
Not that I know what they're going with it. Ki,
and by that,
yeah. Then we have to go to the end. In that way, it is it jukes.
it engages
Yeah, it engages
Stainless.
in with the foundation consciousness. Sorry, I translate that. And it's Dangfen Chiktu.
and it's, what do you say it would mean?
No, juntos.
Yeah.
Yeah, together. It's together with foundation consciousness in a way which is Sakme,
Stainless.
stainless, yeah, unstained, without any impurities.
Next one.
Because we understand that. So I guess it seems to be saying that during the direct perception of emptiness, when there's no self-nature to things, your
Mhm.
mind, when it's in that meditation, yeah, again, is unstained, right? At that time, that's the way it exists. And this seems to be a because, I don't know. He doesn't say it exactly, but because the way in which the seeds exist for your own ability to see things as unstained is that they're in the foundation consciousness. And then the next part connects negative consciousness to that. And because the negative consciousness at that time is also, I guess it has to be also, it is also unstained, right? Because it possesses the seeds. Maybe this isn't nature of reality. Maybe it's
Has seeds just like that or something.
yeah, it might be. It might be. You might have been right. and those things that are just like that, when they engage with the this lay is interesting again. These lays are parallel. I don't know what they mean though.
Repalay as can be like uh mm, like coming from or um shoot, I just had it in my mind and now it's gone. Oh shoot, sorry,
Yeah.
never mind.
Yell it out when you remember. Thank you. Yeah, it's also got to be unstained, and so that the kunshi must be unstained at that time too. Or the Nyuni must be unstained at that time too, because Nyuni always focuses on Kunshi, and so they're together, and so therefore Nyuni must be unstained when the Kunshi's unstained when you're in direct perception of emptiness.
Mm,
That's what I think it's saying.
yeah, seems to be the gist of it.
I think it's from the place.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And I think that Shindu maybe while. So while everything that's going on before that is going on, you're entering into all the rest that comes after that.
This juk being the entering.
Yeah,
So
could
It
be.
Hmm.
it makes sense. I think that you to definitely be right. I think the general thing it's saying is that during the direct perception of emptiness, the kunshi is unstained, and therefore, because the negative consciousness is linked to the kunshi, it also must be unstained. I think that's the gist. Yeah.
Seems like it. Yeah. Maybe that juke means that it's referring to the Nyun Yi engaging with the Kunshi.
Yeah, I agree. That's what I'm saying. I agree. Because
Engaging, that sounds good. And I wonder though about the Kyurpa and the Gyurpa.
right.
If
Yeah.
we're talking about things that are going to become and things that will become.
Yeah, or things as they're happening, right?
Uh-huh.
Because it could also be the present continuous or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And the future. And this is like is an adjectival clause, like which is, or it could be the past. It could be,
Dr. Word, can I
yes,
say
sir.
something? I just checked the dictionary. It says nebale gyuba. It means staying within one's own nature. As it's a phrase, something like that.
It could be.
Mhm.
Where'd you
That's
get that from?
possible.
It's a
That-
dictionary.
What dictionary was it?
It's a Western Chinese and Chinese dictionary,
Oh,
which teacher Gibson gave me.
So I don't see one's nature there anywhere. I see.
it could Nepa could be nature though, in certain cases.
Mm.
Exist as it is, yeah. It's possible that it's something like that. I'll understand it less if it is, so I'm not gonna go with that. But I don't know. I see the main thing being this Lenchik dude, like how they're connected. So I don't know, but seems like that. I say we go on. We're jumping behind rainbow unicorns. Okay, get out of
Mhm.
here. Thanks, Oscar. Who wants to read? Oh, come on. All right. You look great. You look great. Okay, cool. All right, please read here.
Bella langa sakcha
Che.
sakche kisempa
Nice.
gewata
Gewa.
gewata
Mm-hmm.
buknyon
Mm-hmm.
dugur
Mm-hmm.
pena
Mm-hmm.
nyon mon
Mm-hmm.
shisa
Mm-hmm.
bonla sa
Mm-hmm.
nyon chi
Mm-hmm.
nyon du
Mm-hmm.
girna
Ne.
ne
Uh-huh.
jinte
Mm-hmm.
nyon mo
Mhm.
pakatu
Chendu.
chendu
Mhm.
jedo.
Yay. Good. Don't know. So much more to read. Uh okay. I don't even know what this first part means. Tele langne.
Mhm.
What arises from that?
Mhm. Mhm.
Uh,
Lang means arise or stand up.
Mhm.
It could be. Tim said something that sounds really right.
Or
What
what starts from that?
No, well, that could be. That's what I said basically. But Tim said after you get up, once you stand up from the meditation,
Mhm.
which
Oh.
I think you're right, Tim. I like it. Yeah, like could be like tene, like then you get up, right? From there you get up, and then yeah, and then the zakches kick back in. Then it's zakchi kitsempa.
Yes. That's
Yeah, and the sempa, the flow of your mind, the thoughts in your mind, become stained again. I hate to say it, but Tim's right. Gewa,
Him,
Gewa Tabu, um,
just like,
yeah, virtuous things are that seem virtuous. I don't know. Have the flavor of virtue. Nundu Kyurpa that are obvious or evident. I don't know. Not hidden. Nungyur.
yeah.
Things like
Yeah.
happiness appear again.
Say again?
Things like happiness appear again or manifest again.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and this is a if at time at that time the things of a virtuous nature manifest again or become evident again within a mind which is stained, right? Then the Nyongmong Shi, what's that?
Those four that include pride that you just mentioned.
Exactly. That list of four that always hang out with negative consciousness. But they're sabans.
Sí,
Español?
semilla.
Oh, those seeds, which okay. This feels like it means yield. Like,
Yeah. Wait, San Yun.
it feels like it means yield, which if we go back, those might mean the same thing, which then become, it feels like, I might be wrong, then become the San Yun Shi.
Oh, yeah, okay. So yeah, that makes sense, word. You're right. The seed
Yeah,
the four root negative emotions.
yeah. It
Yeah.
seems saying like if you're stained and good things arise, then all of a sudden from those four negative emotions, those seeds, then will arise the four negativities, the four negative emotions: pride, desire, jikta, and the other one. Yeah, we just said that. The other one. And then and that's Nundukur.
Mhm. The four actually become manifest.
Yeah. So yeah, along with that good stuff, that stained bad stuff comes, right?
And
And
they've got other negative. Oh, and they bring the negative part of the negative consciousness.
yeah, yeah, the negative consciousness starts negativitying again, starts
Yeah, manifesting negativities.
yeah, yeah, starts, I don't know this name, or yeah, and no, from which the negative
Yeah,
consciousness then begins to act out negativities again.
it
Yeah.
gets ugly.
It already is.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah, so
that.
this is all an explanation that somehow it's dormant, like its negativity is dormant and it becomes stainless during the direct perception, right?
Yeah, and that supports this first system, which says, yet, so even though it's impossible that during the direct perception of emptiness, that's a negative thing could exist in conjunction with that state of mind, it is still the case that it does not just cut off. Um, um, and 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 you do have seeds for the essence of those four negative emotions. And yeah, and once you come out of the direct perception of emptiness, once you stand up from it, good stuff which is stained arises, and bad stuff which is stained arises, and the Nyongmon becomes fully functional again. It was just in sleep mode, bro.
Negativities. I want to put them to sleep mode forever. That's a
Exactly.
practical application of this.
Mhm.
6 minutes till that, okay?
Yeah,
Mhm, mhm.
sorry,
Alright.
sorry.
Yeah, stop being practical.
Sorry. Let's get back into
All right,
arguing about Youngs.
I think we have time for one more paragraph.
Hmm. Hmm.
All right, go ahead.
Detaryang Donsangre Yite Yang Kachik Na Re Nekat De Na Zakpa Mepa Yinte Detar Nyomon Pa Chengang Yipa Deni Chakpa Pa Akpe
Mm-hmm.
Lam La Nyompar Nyompar Njukpe
Mm-hmm.
Yundu Mijungwe
Mm-hmm.
Sabun Gine Kyatpar Njuk Go Shes Sero.
Yeah, cool. Yay, very good. Very good. All right, cool. So we have a ser at the end.
Hmm.
So I don't know if wrapping up the first system view of the two masters. But he's saying it's generally this means it's wrong, right?
Does.
He's saying, yeah, this is Jason Kappa saying this is what that master says. I don't know which one. He doesn't say. And I guess
I
he
mean, I
doesn't
hate
know.
to say it, right? But this ser is a verb that applies to 3 paragraphs ago.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Look, it says Dun Sang Le. It
Mhm.
could.
It does,
could.
right? So this is a quotation. So this person who has been presenting this position that it seems we will not accept is going to try to use Dunsong to prove that position.
Right.
We'll
Okay.
see. But that sounds
Yeah. Yeah, Jason Kopp was quoting his position from Dunsong and saying it's incorrect.
Mhm.
Okay, cool. Okay, so Detaryang. So
just that way.
also
I
in
like
that
it.
same
Yeah.
vein, that same manner, the secret meaning says, which is a very difficult text that
We don't
constantly gets quoted in the book, and nobody knows who wrote it, but I don't know. I guess he thinks Master Vasubandhu or Arya Sangha wrote it, because he's quoting it here, I guess. Yite, what's that?
there is a negative consciousness.
You say.
That negative consciousness, yang. Also, look, and there's a kachik here. Also, kachikare. So on the subject of that negative consciousness, some people who don't know what they're talking about come along and say,
Mhm.
for a time which is nekap,
In that context.
Mhm.
I think temporary.
Yeah,
It could be
well,
that also.
my guess is it's applying. We have to know from the earlier quote that this refers to the time of being in the direct perception.
Exactly, it's something like that. For some temporary, because this is also talking about the root text, because the root text said either nekap or tartuk.
Mhm.
Nekap was
Mhm. Momentary or
Pakpe Namjok and Nyomjuk and Gyokbe Nomjuk, right? The direct perception emptiness or cessation meditation,
I believe
right?
so. Right.
Yeah,
Well, and
exactly.
he says de nekap. So I'm tempted to say, in that period of time.
I guess because this is from Dunsang too, so Dunsang can't be quoting Jason, referring to what Jason Copper says.
Mhm.
I guess so. Sakpa mepa yin. It's
Mhm.
for a limited time only. It is unstained, right?
Mhm. Yes.
Te, therefore, or something like that. Ditar, in that way, the Nyong Mong Pa Chen,
Mhm. Stuff with negativities.
yeah, anything that possesses negativities, Kang Yin Pa.
Or anything.
Yeah, Oscar said, yeah, whatever they are, whichever ones te, whichever ones that are, those are, ni, are, I don't know, are referring to Pakbe Lam.
Mhm.
Yeah, the realized, I don't know, I guess this means during their meditation.
Guessing
Right?
so.
It's reasonable,
Yeah, I bet
especially
you.
since it says the
Mhm.
Jukpa in that. So, it my guess is it refers to the meditation part of the path of seeing.
Mhm.
That's cool, as opposed to J-Top. That's
Yeah.
cool,
Right.
as opposed to afterwards, okay. Yeah,
Mhm.
the Nyompar Jukpa, the meditation part of when you become a realized being, is
Mhm.
Gyundu Minjungwa.
Mhm.
Does not happen in a stream.
Well, it's the sabon. You gotta connect the dots with your genitives here. So I wouldn't jump the gun on that because you've got Minjung Wei sabun gi makeup.
That temporary state, the seeds of that temporary state do not flow in a stream. Oh, I see. It's saying, yeah, okay.
Seeds and the non-arise, whatever, the failure to, the non-assertion or the non-appearance of the seeds in that time, in that state.
Exactly. Yeah, because something's not happening
Mm.
temporarily, right? And that's negative consciousness. Yeah, so yeah, that temporary thing, that's what's being joked.
Established.
So Juke
Uh,
was
joke is usually the place, but
Yeah. Makeup.
joke is the shock and Namshak too. Yeah,
but Joke is a version of Juke also, right? Which is the way it was put earlier. No.
no, joke is not a version of juke. Joke and shock and juke and shook.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
Okay.
mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But anyway, I think this means that's what happens for a temporary period of time or something. I just think it means what's happening. I think so.
So this is still supporting what we said above, right? It's
Yeah, it's supposed to be some kind of scriptural authority
mhm,
by the first system of the two brothers in support of the fact that even though during the direct perception of emptiness,
mhm.
it's unstained for a temporary period of time, there
Yeah.
is the negativities cease.
Yeah, and it seems like it's specifically just saying the negativities, but not the consciousness itself. I mean, it's
The seeds of the negativities even.
the seeds of the negativities. Oh wait, Minjung Wei. Sabungi Nekap Joe.
Yeah, right.
But is this the seeds for the flow of the mind during the direct perception of emptiness?
For the flow of negativities.
It doesn't say, no, it doesn't say that though. It says,
Oh,
oh,
I think it's referring to the Ditar Nyongmong, but the subject of the sentence I think is Nyongmong Pa Chen Gang Yimpa Te.
but here after this ni, the subject is Pakbe Lam pretty much.
Yeah,
I
but
think-
he's saying those. Let me just take a shot.
No problem.
Those negativities, whatever they may be, during Pakbe Lam, during the meditation portion of the path of seeing, they don't arise in a flow. Minjung Wei. And then I'm still having a hard time connecting the Sabun section.
I think he's saying Pakbe Lam is temporary. Look,
But he's saying Pakbe Lam doesn't arise in a flow.
no, he's saying it runs out. It only happens for a limited time. because the seeds run out.
Can do me. I see what you're saying. Junpei.
Yeah. And here's this S, yeah. This is the instrumental. By that meditation, as it occurs, it's for a temporary period of time. Its seeds only, its seeds, I don't know. Its seeds only don't occur for a temporary period of time. No, something's funny. I don't know. This min.
All right. Well, we're gonna have to arrange for you to have a class with Geshe Michael.
Okay, next month.
And then Shea Sero would be so they say.
Mhm.
Yeah, Shay's Xuanzang says, and Sarah's, so this supports their claim.
Oh
Yeah.
no, I think that the Shea goes with the Kachik.
Yeah.
The Shea
The
Ser
sh-
goes with the Kachik. So the Dunsong is saying, okay, let's talk about these guys who come and they say this. Okay, here's what they say.
Yeah.
And then next time we'll learn about what
True.
they think.
Okay, let me see. Here's Xuanzang. Yeah.
Oh, there
This is
it
what he
is.
said.
It is. Yeah, look at that. It is in Dunsong, the
a
Geshe
good
Sero. Yeah. So the Ser is in Dunsong, which makes it way more confusing.
Mhm.
But
Yay.
No, because they're
Venerable,
called.
I think you would say Ser She if it was the Kachik, because the She has to be the quote.
Well, scroll back down and show me Dunsong.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
The quote
there's
from
She
Dunsong continues.
in Dunsong is the word She. So Dunsong says She, I'm afraid.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're both right.
I know. That's why
Yeah,
it's way more confusing.
You're right. So Dunsong's quoting something or something.
Yeah.
Yes,
Dunsong
he's
says, hey,
quoting
some guy
someone
comes
else's.
along and here's what he says.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
we no longer have to take the Ser as applying to 4 paragraphs ago. Now
Correct.
we're just taking this of a support. My God, by the way, does Dunsong go on from here? It looks like it does. This is not the end of Dunsong's quote, which is
No,
why Geshe Michael kindly put it after the next paragraph.
No, I kindly put it.
Well, thank you. Oh, it says there, user word. Well, good word. You put it in the right place kindly for us.
Thank you.
Hey.
All right, we have a few minutes to have a discussion before Peachtree World News happens.
Okay.
It's happening.
It's happening.
The retreat was taxing. People are tired. All right. Okay, so we are going to discuss some practical applications. And I think
So
there
I
is.
got this thought of you find
Go
people
ahead.
sitting in that room who just had a retreat. I remember Geshe Michael saying when he came out of retreat, right when you come out of retreat, there's a moment of clarity before the afflicted seeds reassert themselves, and that you have thoughts now that you may treat as idealistic later when the negativities reassert themselves. Act now on those crazy ideas that are motivated by your retreat before the negativity reasserts itself. Whatever strange ideas, machinations you have, do
I
it.
think we missed that window, Kramer.
That was a nice practical application, though. That was of itself.
Somebody want to comment? Anything?
Everybody's all caffeinated.
They're not though. I wish they were. I don't know. Everyone here is sleeping, but I think it's amazing to consider. I mean, there's nothing more practical than the reperception of emptiness. I don't know about your day-to-day life, right? If you haven't had that experience. But it is interesting to think, for me, yeah, I mean, even if it's not within my school context, what happens to my negativities when I'm in some kind of deep state? If I could achieve such a state, which I hope I could, what happens to my negativities, and why do they have to come back?
That's the question, isn't it?
Yeah, why is it temporary? And obviously we say seeds, and that's what these books say, and that's what our teacher says. And I don't think it's wrong, but it's interesting to think that you could go so
But
deep, still have to return.
Maybe
Well,
that's
yeah, mind only is sort of like that's the way it's built. You have a
Yeah.
little pocket of them, and they're there, and they're gonna ripen.
Mm.
They're either not yet ripened or they're gonna ripen.
and,
So I
and
think for some,
temporary is a
you know,
good start.
they go further.
Yeah.
I don't know. Here's the thing I've never really thought about. Like, if you do have some direct perception of selflessness, right? Like, in which you can't have one because there's no self at that time, right? Like,
What?
what I'm
Johnson
saying,
would be pissed.
during the
Damaru.
direct perception of emptiness, there is no self that can be perceived that's having a perception of selflessness.
So the Buddha does not see all things.
Not a Buddha that has seeds that reassert themselves afterwards is negative.
No, you
Which
mean
Buddhas then?
you just
No,
forgot to throw in that you can't perceive yourself.
I'm just saying you can't perceive yourself. That's all. And so if that's true, like, okay, again, seeds, right? But then, like, think about it. How do you come back?
Mm.
That's what I'm saying. Like, the whole thing is interesting.
Well, it's probably like
obviously,
I was thinking,
Nirvana probably is something like that, where you're just like, it's happened to most of us probably. Like we just get really happy, and then we realize everything that we thought that was stressing us out was actually stupid, and we can just our minds can feel quite free for a moment, and then maybe just holding that off forever is nirvana. Like you're just like, this is great.
I have this memory of Geshe Michael saying that when your boss yells at you, or your brother or sister yells at you, or your spouse yells at you, and you automatically yell back, and then eventually you hear a teaching and you decide maybe it would be nice if I didn't yell back. And then one day after a lot of practice, you think to yourself the next day, I shouldn't have yelled back. And then you keep practicing and you think to yourself later in the day, I shouldn't have yelled back. And then you keep practicing, and a minute later you think I shouldn't have yelled back, and you keep practicing, and then they yell at you. And for just for a second, you think I shouldn't, yeah, and then you yell back. But that moment, that pause, is a stab in the heart of the momentum of pain, and it's a miracle. And that temporary state, just getting it to for a second, just a hang time before you yell back, it's wonderful. And I think God, thank you, God bless, thank you for those temporary states. It's the best I can get right now. I'll take what I can get. If I could just get a moment, even if the negativity reasserts itself, it would be awesome to get that one moment where I almost don't yell back. And then, yeah, maybe the momentum gets broken.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, totally. And I remember the Lama saying that, and it's beautiful. It just feels like seeing him just directly is like somehow like throwing yourself into a ravine or something. And then for some reason you like there's like a bungee cord and you like get like pulled back, you know? Like you go into some place that's, I mean, obviously you're irrevocably different, right? So that's what stays with you. I don't know. It's not necessarily logical. I'm just saying there's something incredible about it. That's all.
Agreed.
Anyway, that's our time. Thank you so much. Sorry about the internet difficulties. We're in a new spot hanging out.
You're worth
so
it.
Yeah, so now we're going to have the Peachtree World News with none other than Juan Hasso. Juan!
If only we could find him. There he is.
Do you have WhatsApp in the computer?
What's that?
Yeah, because I sent you the link for the pictures. So actually, just to let everyone know, well, welcome. Thank you everyone for coming. We are having the class from an Airbnb in Mexico City. It's very cool experience. And yeah, I just was thinking how beautiful it is to be able to keep going with these classes and courses and with friends. It's like very cool that we get together and do it. Even right now, Geshe Michael is flying. So even he's flying and he's not logging in into the computer, but we are here. And I think that's very cool. And look at that, even people put like fruits and nuts and like a very, very nice setting. Look, you can see we have a cheese board. And look at that, how many people are excited and interested to learn about these things. Well, some of them are excited.
Not many are interested.
Some others are just you know, they are here waiting to run or something. But yeah. But here we are, and it has been very, very cool. This time I'm gonna be sharing a screen with you to show you some pictures. Yeah. So yeah. Yeah, okay, so and then here we click on, there is a PPT mode. Sorry for technicals.
Full screen?
Top right. Brian is here. Imagine the tech table expert.
Right there, a little bit to the right.
This one?
No, right.
Slideshow.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yay. Thank you so much. Okay, so let's just go quickly through some things you may already know, but we're gonna go in depth. As you know, we just finished, that's what we are here. We finished the wonderful, wonderful event in Mexico City. It was very cool. People from all over the world came, and we had like almost, how to say, 2 days and a half, basically, I would say. It was a night conference with Geshe Michael, and then the next day, he was teaching in the morning. Then many other teachers were doing middle, how to say, noon, well, afternoon and evening classes, yoga and other activities. And then the next day, again, Geshe Michael teaching. And you may agree with me, Ward, the Geshe Michael's classes were very, very wonderful, like very deep, but also like he shared very personal experiences and teachings. Like it was very, very cool. Okay. So just to give you the context where we are at, I would like to brief mention what's coming up next year. If you couldn't come, you can plan for whatever next events are going to happen. A next similar event is going to be, so you get ready. Oops, no, next. Yeah, it's going to be in Diamond Mountain in October. So you can plan ahead. If you need to, I don't know, find a dog sitter or whatever you need to do, get your visa ready, do what you need, and you can prepare your trip. It's gonna be mid-October, October 11 to 20. You may still have a chance to book your place there. Last time I didn't do it with time enough, and it was challenging, so I learned in the hard way. Many times I have to do that, apparently. So just book it with time and you'll be fine. And then we're gonna have Geshe Michael teaching Hatha Yoga Pradipika 4 in Sedona, the Sedona College. Wonderful, wonderful teachings. I was talking with a friend today about it. She's very into YSI these days. And yeah, it's just wonderful teachings that you find there. Like very advanced teachings are shared here, really. Some people have to wait a long time to go into the advanced courses. But here, Geshe Michael goes ahead and teaches us many of the secrets on how to achieve our ultimate goals very quickly. And then if that's not enough for you and you want more, Team Lowenhub is preparing a great retreat with Geshe Michael in Japan, December 1 to the 7th. You can start planning the trip as well. Wonderful for us Mexicans. They don't even ask for a visa. They let us know. They let us come in, which is rare for you Americans also, right? Just come in. Have you been there?
Japan?
Yeah.
No, I want
Maybe this year is the year.
Maybe. Let's talk to Tim.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Let's see if he
The last moment.
is making, yeah, sure. But I think he's gonna talk about that in a few moments. But for now, I would like to invite also Paulina and Tim to come and talk a little bit about how this event what through their eyes. So how could we
Let me get chairs.
yeah, Team Lowenhub, Paulina. 9 minutes. We're doing great. So look, you can sit in my lap. No, just kidding. But no, why did you sit here? And I'll just talk to you.
Go ahead.
Okay,
Go ahead.
just sit here. Okay, so Team Lowenhub, you know, he does not need a presentation. Paulina, she
does.
doesn't. No, you know her. Great friend and teacher from Guadalajara, actually. But she worked together with Pachi Coquet, which is the great father of a kid who happened to be already belonging to the football soccer team that has been champion in the World Cup. He's very proud of it. Tell us, what was your impression? You three, please, Ward, you're welcome to jump on it. What's your impression on this event? Many people were talking before this happened. I need to be honest. They were saying like, I don't know if this is gonna work. It's a new place. Why they did it that way? Mexico City, who, you know, like it was, but then I think it was a great, great success. Can you tell us a little bit about it? How was it
Yes.
for you?
I think it was a big adventure, as you said. We were nervous sometimes. We changed the location with the hope of new people were able to come and learn these teachings, right? And you never know really what's gonna happen. You just put all your love and your effort, and then I wanna say that I'm so grateful to share with all of you that we had in the first day the public conference here in Mexico City. We had almost 500 participants, so we couldn't believe it. And then for the rest of the program, Saturday and Sunday, we had almost 190 participants. 205. Yeah, so you know, guys, I am so happy and grateful because now we just prove ourselves also that we can do bigger things and that our dreams to share these teachings can actually make come true. And I don't know, I am just grateful. I have so much to rejoice for. And yeah, and especially, you know what, thank you guys, like the energy in all the people was so special. Like you can tell, because but basically we're mostly new people, because it was only like 3-day programs. I know that many of you couldn't come, right? It's like a very far trip, and so they were new, and the energy was so special. They were so into it. Their heart was so open. So for me, that's the real success. Thank you.
And
Yes.
you were complaining, no? Like the room service was not what you expected. Like, come on, this is not the room I was thinking about. You were hoping for the suite. No, I'm just kidding. But Ward had the chance to teach not only you taught a yoga class,
Mhm.
but also a class. You were saying something like it's really difficult to like basically two small ones and like a big red one. It's all the same. What was that about? What was your experience with this retreat? First time also teaching in a retreat of this kind, isn't it?
Yes, this is my first time teaching as an official ACI teacher. As
Ancient
official,
wisdom?
as official ALL
Retreat?
teacher. And what I learned was that it was so amazing, the energy and what, just offering what I had learned and how much that I had just my own practice over the years, and just being given the opportunity was amazing. And there was many people who had never been to these teachings before, and they were very excited. And the teachers on stage, including me, some of them, it was their first time as well. And we were excited to teach. We were excited to learn from the experience and the students. And it was a great container. Everything was run really smoothly. The hotel was beautiful. And it's right in the middle of downtown Mexico City. So there's walking access to just everything. So I had an amazing experience, and I got a lot of good feedback for my particular presentation as well as others and the event at large. So I was super excited.
Will you recommend people coming next year?
I definitely would. And it looks like we're doing it again next year, and I hope to teach again. We'll see what happens, but it was exciting.
Thank you so much, Ward. Now let's hear from Team Lowenhub. What was your experience in this adventure? New place, new people, and you know what? I would like to let my seat to Pachi. Come on, Pachi, come with us. Just sit here. You don't have to say anything, but you did an amazing job. Just sit and enjoy the cheese table. The cheese. How you call that? Cheese table, no? Cheese plate. Look at that. Amazing. That's what you get. If you produce a retreat, we get you a cheese plate. Well, maybe. And you can request pictures. Well, no, I share pictures if you want to show posters.
So we have when we started, it was the first day and a half was pretty much a disaster. I mean, from the participants' point of view, it was all right, I think, but we had a tremendous, there was something cool being set up. Like nothing would work. The tech wasn't working. The audio wasn't working. We're really sorry, all of you online that didn't see it, because the internet went down several times. We blew out a chip on the router. It was
crazy Mexican adventure.
Yeah, but it wasn't that. But I had this sort of premonition.
Okay.
That we were actually burning old seats in preparation for something really cool.
Yeah.
And if you didn't see the class on Sunday morning, I highly recommend logging in and watching it. I would say it's probably the best class that I have seen in the entire worldview ever. And I think that's, in 14 years, that's pretty, I've been a part of pretty many classes, right? In a lot of ways, it was a historical class. And I think it was because the audience that Pachi and Paulina were able to bring along with Fernanda Jimenez and Francisco as well, that the audience was ready to hear some really cool ideas, actually a lot related to words text today. Like what happens in those moments when all of that sort of ceases, the negative consciousness ceases. and you drop into the direct perception of emptiness. And Geshe gave a very beautiful class. And if you have an opportunity to see that class, I highly recommend watching it over and over again. It was probably the most powerful class I've ever seen, experienced.
Wonderful. Yeah. And you finally, Pat, you want to say something? Do you have anything else to say? Sorry. I know, but if you...
I can always say a lot of things, but I want to hear from Pachi.
He didn't sleep much.
I can only suggest that you come next year. We're gonna have a better program. We're gonna have a bigger program, and we need lots of help. Yeah.
No, and you know who else is from Guadalajara? That I will say, if he can, he should come. Seiji Arao. His class is coming up. We are about to start with his class, but those of you who doesn't know, he is from Guadalajara. So he doesn't, how do you say? Yeah, it's like a surprise. But he's a real Mexican. And it's very cool that a Mexican like him is running one of the biggest organizations with great success. So thank you, Seiji, for putting Mexico on the top. Along with guys. And Tim is also Mexican. Oh,
It's confusing sometimes, but
yeah, well, he likes it.
But we're thank you, Juan, for giving us this time. And the only last thing I'd like to say is that if you can come to any event in person, there's a power to that doesn't happen online. Yes. And we highly recommend that through, what's coming up in Kyoto as well, which is a 14-year celebration of a study of a very, very deep text. But any of the programs in the Worldview Network, whether it's DCI or if it's the Mixed Nuts or any of the other organizations, the in-person is where something magical happens when you have a big group of people with a shared intention, a really good shared intention.
Yes.
Thank you very much to all of you. Congratulations. Thank you for your football, as you like to say, Pachi. Thank you, Paulina, team, and all of you that give yourself time to come. Gracias. See you next time. And we go to you, Seiji.
All right. Good to see you guys. Super happy to hear that you guys had a good retreat.
Thank you.
Saludos.
Bring my
All
tree.
right. Oh, I'm waiting. As soon as Noor gets her visa, I think Mexico is definitely the first place we're